StarCraft nerds. Artosis, do you like having hot six?
I love it.
Yeah, it's good.
My favorite.
In the red, it's now 1-1. Will he win this game? He is.
Slayers MMA.
I bungled that intro. He looks very focused. In the upper right, our Protoss player, he is.
FX OG.
MMA does always look focused.
Yeah, he does. He's just very collected.
Someone's got to do a shield breaker to him.
Let's see how Oz looks.
Doesn't
Very,
look
very
focused.
engaged, actually.
I don't think he looks as focused. He's kind of almost got a half grin on his face, just enjoying life. That's what Protoss players do.
Yeah, Protoss players are happy people. Now, it's a big, big map, and they're very far apart. That's good for a Protoss against a Terran. The farther away I am from a Terran, the better, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
There is stuff you can do in really close proximity, too, but,
generally speaking, that's Zerg and Protoss want to be further away from Terran.
Yeah, and I think it's, for Zerg, it's because of the siege tank. You make it as hard as possible to get close to them with the siege tank.
Exactly, yeah.
And then
against Terran with Protoss, I mean, it used to be more important because they'd have random move-out timings with Marine Marauder and stuff like that. You need time, but not as much nowadays.
Now we have an orbital coming in here.
I gotta say, I think both these players are going to expand very quickly on this map. It's a pretty big map overall. It's not forced cross spawns.
All right, Artosis question.
Yes.
Which Mortal Kombat character are you?
Ooh. Does Shang Tsung count?
Who's Shang Tsung?
The final boss.
Oh shit! Yeah, of course. Well, is he? Can you even play him? Is he a playable character?
In some Mortal Kombats, not all.
All right, try one more time. Just one more time. You can beat him, but I would just give me another one.
I would go with maybe Raiden.
All right, who am I?
Johnny Cage.
I'm not Johnny Cage.
You're Johnny Cage.
I'm Scorpion, man.
You're not.
I'm Scorpion, dude.
You wish you were Scorpion.
At least give me Reptile or Sub-Zero, man. I'm one of the dudes with the match.
You could be Reptile.
I could be Reptile. All right.
I'll give you Reptile if you really don't want to be Johnny Cage.
All right.
I'm Jax.
You're Jax. No, the funny thing is, you actually are Raiden. That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
See, but if I was a StarCraft player and I wanted to be a Mortal Kombat character, I'd be Goro because he's got 4 hands. He's got like the sickest multitasking.
That's true, man.
Goro's got 4 hands. He might be banned in most tournaments. I can't believe it'd be Johnny Cage. You might actually be right. It's like, oh.
Yeah, man. All right, so we do have both players expanding very, very quickly here. MMA doing the power build where you don't get your gas too quickly, going straight up to 4 racks. That's going to allow him to power into Marines. And if, for some reason, Oz chooses to be really greedy, then he might be able to do some damage to him. He'll send out his Marines at some point, at least for a little poke, see what's going on.
It's like, is he going to have to do one of these weird force fields in front of the SCV to get it there?
And it saw it, man. Wow. But, that's pretty predictable anyways. Oz is going immediately up to 3 gates, and he continues to make units. So the 4 barracks powering that MMA is doing is not really going to threaten him as long as Oz has decent micro. And in fact, he's going to proxy a pylon, so he's going to do some 3-gate pressure himself. But against the 4-axe, it's not really going to do anything. It's going to be a wash.
Well, Protoss will feel a lot better once he gets an observer inside the Terran's base, and that's a good idea of what's going on. Uh-oh. Can the Terran see that pylon? He sees it. Would it be worth it? No, actually, he's going to kill the pylon too fast.
Yeah. He wanted him to not quite do that so he can get some warpins, but...
Like, some zealots get warped and it cancels. They're back on Ire or something. They're like, what happened, man?
You just warp in again. They're like, oh, here I go again.
Artosis, man. You're getting like my goofy laughs out.
Yeah. Well, right now, this is so cool by MMA. He saw what was going on. He's like, oh, you want to do gateway pressure after expand? Okay, that means no high-tech units. I'm going to throw down another command center, and then my gases. What a cool, awesome move. He knows he can't be hurt right now. There's not anything crazy coming. There's no quick Colossus. There's no, high Templar rush or Blank or anything like that. MMA is so smart.
You know, as you can see here, MMA actually a lot. Oh, hold that thought. Comes up with the stats, but here we go. We have a battle coming up here. That bunker, it's not going to be repaired, but I can't believe Oz didn't just turn around. Well, you know, sometimes when you're Protoss and you run up the ramp, it's like you have to make those force fields so fast that you just like throw them up, and even in a battle you're going to lose, and then you already used the force field, so you're like, well, I might as well try to do some damage here, but
yeah,
I think that was one of those moments.
Yeah,
Uh-oh,
I
run!
believe you are right.
Run, Oz!
Oh, no. Is he going to lose all these sentries?
See, once again, I don't even know why he threw up force fields there.
Yeah.
It's like you're going to lose that battle.
It feels like has he not recognized yet that this is a 1 barracks command center into 4 barracks Marines? Because against this, you're not really supposed to... You can poke once, it's fine, there's nothing wrong with that, but now he's way far behind. He keeps attacking into it with 3 warp gates of units against 4 barracks of Marines on high ground with a bunker, and then he sits there and like tries to engage on the ground when it's just like way more damage output by MMA. It's really weird choices by Oz here. And you know, I feel like this maybe chucked to his nerves. He's like, oh my god, 1 game from beating MMA, oh my god. And then he like loses a Nexus in game 2 and does some silliness. And now he's done some really like haphazard attacks here that just are not that bright. It's a little bit weird.
It's like not...
We saw in game 1 just how darn good he is when there's less pressure.
How gosh darn good he was.
How golly tootin' he is, man.
How tootin' gosh darn good he is. No, you're correct. I mean,
the game isn't over, but I mean,
he's behind. He's behind. There's
given
no
up
reason.
Sentries.
Yeah.
I don't care about Zealots that he's lost. I care a little bit about the Stalkers he's lost, but he's lost like 3 sentries.
Game 1, it's actually completely fine that MMA lost that game. That was sort of a build order win. Oz did micro really well. It's like, it's not like, oh, you didn't practice enough MMA. It's like, no, MMA got tricked. In game 2, it's like, Oz, like, you just didn't save your Nexus, man. You didn't check for drops. Like, it's so obvious Terran's going to drop when they see your entire army is outside of his third base. On 1 hockey in the middle of the map, yeah. And, you know, it's just like, there's no excuse for that. And in this game, too, it's like he's trying to engage this Terran that, even the battles themselves, it's like, well, he just has more stuff, man. Just run away.
Yeah.
Use the force fields to make a wall so you can get away.
Well, you know, we have him going for that gateway-centric army again. He does love that. He's one of the Protosses that really enjoys his High Templars as opposed to any robotics units. Probably will go ahead and take an additional base right away. In fact, going up to do so, and a Marine is there to wait for him. Tries to run. Nope, not going to happen, Probe.
I know. Probe was not meant for this world.
Well, we have 1-1 upgrades already for Oz.
And Blake is just now finishing.
Solid upgrades and everything. I mean, again, the game isn't over by any means. But MMA is taking a stronger and stronger lead as we go forward. He's up to 130 supply. He's got 3 bases mining before Oz has even started an additional base.
I actually think Oz might have already lost this, man. Oz is like not looking good.
When MMA gets in a lead like this, he normally doesn't go down. But there's only one Protoss in the world that I've seen come back from, 50-plus supply deficit against Terran, and that's Oz. He knows how to pick where his battles.
Actually, that's true. He'll be like at 120 supply, and the starts like maxed out. And he's like still going to come back. I'm like, what? Like,
yeah, no, he comes back, man. He's really, really good at knowing how to fight battles. Really good at that. So now he has Blink. He can be a little bit more active with his Stalkers. His charge and 2-2 on the way, still about half done on all of it.
This is a great move to just peek with that Stalker.
Oh, yeah.
Run up the ramp and blink away.
Let's bring in a probe down. It looks like he wants to get some aggression going, but there's no way to put aggression on MMA right now. He's got walls. He's got a ton of units. He's getting decent upgrades. He's already got his +1 with 2-1 on the way. His medevacs. Just not going to happen unless you have Psystorm backup. And a Ghost Academy just finishing now. 3 Ghosts start immediately. MMA is so on top of it, man. What a solid player. You can never count him out.
Okay, MMA is moving out. I think Oz absolutely has to do a defensive position. Run, Oz! No, run!
What is... What?
Well, could he be doing this? I don't know. I mean, he's all too much no matter what.
I mean, he
needs to turn around. All right.
I don't think Oz has any possibility to come back from here.
Yeah.
Well, his Psystorm is still on the way. If MMA doesn't attack till after Psystorm's out and a couple good Psystorms get out, the game does go on. He does have 2-2 upgrades against the 1-0. MMA looks like he may actually back up until he has ghosts in his army. They're coming up now, so very smart move by MMA.
MMA, I think, might try to just take him out here.
Yeah, and it's smart now that he has the ghosts. Just lay a scan down. If you can EMP those High Templars, your supply is big enough that you should be able to kite this army and win, even with the inferior upgrades.
Okay, I feel like I'm just holding my breath until Oz dies right now. This is going to be very hard to hold.
Watch this.
Here comes the side sword. Oh, the perfect EMP. The absolute perfect EMP there.
Yep, and that is going to be probably it for Oz here. Too much damage output by MMA as 2-1 upgrades have just finished.
Look at this. The army is just vaporizing. And yeah, I think we're going to see GG here. Look at, oh man, MMA is so good. He doesn't even try to get the expansion.
Wow.
He's like, all right, I'm going to go kill more probes, gateways. That's my priority.
You know, I feel like Oz never had a handle on that game. He played really well in game 1, pretty darn well in game 2, except for that mistake, losing his third. And then in game 3, though, it felt like he completely fell apart. That is not the Oz that I'm used to seeing.
Well, he's down 1, so he's going to have to win at least 2 more best of 3s to get out of this group.
And we'll have to see that. It's a hard group.
Yeah, it's a... we'll see. You know, he will have a break here. We're going to go to our next 2 players, Puzzle and Supernova. And from there, maybe he can calm down. You know, experience is like so hard when you're playing. Or it's so, I guess, important is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And you got to get those nerves out of your system and just do what you've been practicing to do. And this is one of the things that's hard with performance-based stuff. In any sport, basically. It's like he's been playing StarCraft all day, every day, perfecting these builds. Now he's finally here, and there's that kind of like, what if I mess this up? Wouldn't that suck? Because I've been practicing so long for this one moment, and then the anxiety kicks in, and then you're like, I am messing up. No.
How am I doing this?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was in such a good spot.
Yeah.
He had a good build, man. I can't believe he kept pressuring, lost sentries. I can't believe he left his zealots at the watchtower when he saw that huge army coming.
Well, it's like he looked at the
looked at
the army and he's like, all right, that's about 13 Marines. He's like, I have 3 zealots.
Oh, that part
2 sentries. Yeah. He's like, force fields half the Marines and everything just dies.
Yeah.
And then like he's like, well, gotta make it look like I know what I'm doing. I'm not gonna make my sentries run away. I'm like, Oz, I don't know, Oz.
Well,
I'm like, Oz, you gotta stop talking to me while you gotta play this game. All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes. So please stay tuned.